Hello, welcome back to the Chelsea debate. This is our instant reaction video to Chelsea's 2-0 win against Everton. I'm Dom Tone, as always, Josh Langford. Josh, mate, 2-0. Let's get stuck into this game. Another win, 11 games unbeaten, and we're looking brilliant, aren't we?
No, we are. It's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I don't want to act big-headed, mate, but I think I did say 2-0. Was my score prediction. It's come true. I imagine Tuchel will be giving me a call and getting me involved with the setup.
We were brilliant today. I think we've got to talk about one man in particular, Kai Havertz. You know, of all the players that have been shining under Tuchel, he's not been the one yet. But this was his game today. He didn't get on the score sheet, but he was pivotal for everything. Let's talk about the first goal, because it's gone down as a Ben Godfrey own goal, but it pretty much was his effort. Hudson-Odoi played through Marcus Alonso, cross into the box, and Havertz has got a nice little flick to it, and it looked like it must have just been going wide of the post, but so it's gone down as an own goal. But brilliant from Havertz, wasn't it, to get in that area?
Yeah, no, that's what he's got to be doing, isn't it? He's got to be getting in the positions, and good things will happen. So yeah, it was a bit of a shame it went down as an own goal. Particularly, Godfrey's not exactly going to want it, but it's one of those. But from a fan's point of view, it's just promising that he's getting in the positions and starting to make things happen for Chelsea. I think it was one of his best games in a Chelsea shirt, if not his best.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then he was involved with the second one, second half. He was just brilliant in this one as well, because it came through to him one-on-one with Pickford. He's rounded him, drew the foul, and then Jorginho's slotted the penalty away. But talk to me about what Havertz did for the role in that goal.
It was really, really intelligent play, wasn't it? To go around him, he could have potentially tried a chip shot, but he showed really quick feet to take it round Pickford and draw the foul. So I was quite thrilled with it, to be fair. And again, just as we've already said, it's just exactly what we need him to be doing. And I'm sure that's kind of an assist, but I'm sure the goals and assists will start to come.
Yeah, I think you get an assist in fantasy football. If not, I've not got him in mine. I had Timo Werner in mind, and we'll get on to him in a minute, because perhaps it's a negative one. Okay, another positive, and I'm loving making these videos when we're winning, by the way, but another positive, again, we mentioned him, Andreas Christensen at the back. He was excellent again, wasn't he?
Yeah, brilliant. Just same as usual, and it's brilliant that we can say that same as usual. It's starting to become a little bit of a norm with him. He's playing his best football that he's ever played, I think. The consistency's starting to come. Just thrilled with him. We're just so it's almost like reassured. Just fantastic. He's turning into a brilliant player. I just hope it can continue. There's talk this week about he's getting a new contract. So I'm all for it, mate. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was in the Telegraph. Yeah, he's definitely earning it at the minute. In that first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we're dominating the game. And it was really noticeable how he was on the ball. Now, Everton are a really good side, and they allowed us to have the ball in essence. But he looked really comfortable in there. And the one bit I have to talk about, we knew Everton would be dangerous on counters. And there was one moment, Richarlison going through one-on-one, and it's just really smart defending from Christensen. He's backtracking, stays on his feet, and it's really intelligent. And you can sort of tell he's playing with a real confidence now, isn't he? And he's a bit of a leader in that back three. I've watched interviews. He's not the loudest, but he looks a leader, doesn't he, in that defence?
No, he does. I think it's just because he looks so solid there that it just it's almost like it's rubbing off. I think it helps he's got sort of Azpilicueta next to him.
Yeah, big time.
Obviously, you've got the experienced hand there, so I think that helps. But to be fair, I'd also give a little shout out to Zuma today. I thought, he came back in and I thought he looked good. Certainly the best football he's played. Not that he's played too much, but certainly the best football he's played under Tuchel. Yeah. So it was just a brilliant defensive performance. Not that it was sort of the busiest, but as you said, this Everton are a great side, having a great season, and in terms of the top four race, this was a huge game. So really good for the back three, and just thrilled. But Christensen does look sort of the focal point of that, and I really am thrilled about it.
Yeah, massively. If we move into the midfield as well, I think I want to touch on sort of all the changes we made, but if we just focus for now, Kovacic and Jorginho started today in that midfield. It's really noticeable that he can play either of those two or Kante, and at the minute, whatever combination it is, it looks solid. So those two today, they played well, didn't they?
Yeah, no, really good. You got Jorginho, obviously scored the penalty. I think I was actually read an interesting stat. That's 7 penalties scored this season, and it's the highest since Frank Lampard did it. He got 10 in one season.
Nice.
So that's a nice little stat. And he's almost like the conductor, isn't he? At the base of the midfield, he just brings. We have talked about it previously. He brings a nice balance to everything, which I'm a fan of, to be fair. And then with Kovacic again, he's just so commanding in possession and just sort of controls the game, but quietly. And I like that in a midfielder. Just sort of where they just go about their business, do everything right. And like you say, it's fantastic that depending on who we're playing against, we've got genuine options there, and it's not like perhaps in other positions where we're just trying and hoping a performance comes. Any one of the three. I mean, we were only talking about Kante the previous game, saying like, is he getting back to his best? So no, I'm just chuffed. Like, I kind of honestly really happy with how things are going.
Yeah, it's just Jorginho kept the ball really well today, and we're just confident. It's good to see us like any position, and they drop in. For instance, if Christensen goes forward on the ball, they just got that intelligence to drop in, and really solid in that midfield. We knew we were going to dominate the ball today, but it's can we get it forward? And it wasn't vintage, but I think we got it forward well at times, and ultimately we did actually create quite a few chances, which has maybe been the criticism of this team. We want to see more goals, and if we want to maybe pick out a negative, we should have scored more today. We should have put Everton to the sword. As we've said several times, it's a good Everton team. I think they had 3 clean sheets in a row going into this, but I thought at times we made them look average. I thought we looked the better team, and sorry to mention it, but Timo Werner today, I think he missed a couple of clear chances late on. It's just, he's playing well, and the manager's giving him the opportunities, definitely, because he started again today behind Havertz in that false 9, but it just didn't quite happen again in front of goal.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. He's still working hard, and we have said about it a few times. I'm a big fan of that, but he's just got to start being more clinical in front of goal. We've defended him sort of quite fiercely on this channel. I don't know, I'm a bit frustrated with his performance. I don't want to sort of dwell on it because it's a brilliant result, and it sort of puts the top 4 race back in our own hands. But yeah, no, he's got to start doing more because, there's been a lot of talk about signing another striker, whether it be Haaland or whoever else, and he's not helping his case, I don't think, really.
Yeah, it's so annoying. There was the one that stands out to me, Pickford. It must have been 8 yards out. And yeah, Pickford, good save, but he's hit it straight at him pretty much. Just there's no accuracy when he's hitting it. It just seems like I'm going to get the shot away. I don't see him picking corners. I don't see him, showing that composure. There was another one as well. He was on the left-hand side again with his weaker foot, but just at the keeper. There's no composure, and that's really showing in his finishing at the minute.
Yeah, I do. I agree. He's not. It doesn't seem to be sort of picking his spots, which it is frustrating, and it's what you see quite regularly when strikers are out of form. Yeah. But I do just think that the manager's backed him. He's backed with Frank when criticism started. Tuchel's come in and backed him again. He's getting the game, so I think at some point, like, he's got to start taking the chances, hasn't he? And I think everyone's sort of patience is starting to wear thin with him now, and not to bash him at all, but if he doesn't start sort of scoring soon, there's not many games left now for him to start and prove himself. And Chelsea is very cutthroat, so I can see us being in the market for a striker in the summer.
Yeah, I think so. We've got so many options up there, and he's got to start scoring. Right, so if we look at the table, I've got it here. We stay in 4th, but we're now 4 points. Hang on. West Ham are playing Leeds right now, so that's sort of adjusted the table. But if West Ham stays level, drawing against Leeds, we'll be 4 points ahead of West Ham, 4 ahead of Everton, 5 ahead of Tottenham. All 3 of those teams would have a game in hand, bear in mind, but we are ahead now. We're locked onto that 4th, and if anything, 3 points behind Leicester, 4 behind United. The way we're playing, let's look up rather than down. Let's really consolidate now, don't you think? Because we're in that sort of form.
Yeah, no, definitely. Today, me and you were messaging, and we sort of, it was a huge game for the top 4 race. It sort of put it back in our own hands, because if we hadn't have won today with the games in hand, as you've just mentioned, teams would have overtaken us potentially. So let's put it back in our own hands. But 11 games unbeaten since the manager's come in. We're looking really organised. The only possible criticism you could have had was the lack of creativity up front. Now that's coming in. I fully agree with you. Look up, not down. Sadly, the title's obviously gone for this season, but definitely seconds well within our reach. Man United obviously had a fantastic result yesterday, but you never know what team. You never know what team will turn up. 1 minute they're dropping points at Palace, the next they're beating City on a great run. So, and Leicester, I have called it sort of already off that I do think that they'll sort of implode like they did last season. So I still think we can get second.
Yeah, last point then before we wrap up the video, but more changes again to that team. Noticeably when it came out, Mason Mount's not in the team, but he's just doing such a brilliant job, isn't he, of rotating the squad at the minute. And if you don't win that game, then the questions are asked. But at the minute, we're getting the results, and he's doing such a good job sort of keeping all the spirits high within the camp. Like Zuma came in today. I think that might have only been his third game under the new manager. And at the end of the game, they were smiling and hugging. He's doing a really good job, as he, of managing, and it shows the strength and depth that he can make the changes today against a good Everton team and win.
Yeah, no, he's doing a fantastic job. At PSG, he was accused of potentially not being able to manage a team with big players in the dressing room, but he's shown at Chelsea that he definitely can do that. To keep everybody happy, and we knew the strength and depth was there. The only sort of question marks next to it was that the players weren't always sort of hitting form and playing well. But he's getting the best out of players. I mean, I wasn't very happy that Mason Mount got left out, but I was equally as surprised that Havertz had came in, because he's not played a lot of football recently, and when he has, he's not looked great. But what an inspired decision that was. He's come on, he's been heavily involved with both goals. We've got the result, and as you say, if you didn't get the result, there might be some questions. But as we said on the last video, the trust is between the fans and the manager now, and clearly the manager and the players, more importantly. The trust is there, it's building, and that's only going to increase with the results. I'm excited now. I've gone from sort of, in January, you're sort of thinking, oh no, like, where's this season going to go? To now, you're in March, we're 11 games unbeaten, still competing in the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Champions League. Who knows where the season will finish? But it's exciting, isn't it? It's like, it's put that fire back in my belly. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to see how the season goes now.
I'm absolutely loving it, mate. Let's just keep going. Let's beat Atletico. Let's get in the top four, and absolute chuff. Okay. That's such a big win today. Like, I know Liverpool, the champions, and but they're so out of form today. Really, I was nervous for this game. I really was, and to get over the line so emphatically as well, we definitely deserve that win. Just absolute buzzing. We'll wrap it up there then. I just want to say massive thanks to everyone, because our Instagram's just hit 1,000 followers. So big thanks for that. It's _Chelsea_debate. And our Twitter as well is approaching 3,500. So massive thank you again. It's at Chelsea_debate. So please like and subscribe on this video as well. Big thanks to everyone, isn't it, Josh? Because we're loving the support from everyone.
Yeah, no, it's growing now. It's starting to gather a bit of pace. We love making the videos. Hopefully people like them. But yeah, get involved, message us. Because, we like to hear what everyone else thinks as well. So, yeah, no, brilliant.
All right, big thanks. And yeah, 2-0 today. I'm going to have a beer now. I'm absolutely buzzing. So, yeah, we'll do another video soon. But cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.